Brennan podcast. Lots of games coming fast and furious now to finish out the season. You've had some games to get some young players and some more minutes spread across the roster. Is there more pressure on the coaching staff or these young players as you move forward, for the coaching staff to spread the minutes, or these young players to impress the coaches to find minutes?
That's an interesting question, Brandt. This profession as coaches, the seat's always hot. I think the pressure that we experience as coaches is the pressure that we put on ourselves, right? And I think our job as coaches is to take the pressure off the players so that young players can perform at their highest level, right? And I think that's something that we've done a really good job with, given the track record that we have with younger players developing the way they are, is understanding that we're a culture that creates spaces that are psychologically safe. Because you're not going to have Lineker go out and haven't played any games with us and play the way he did in particular the second half and score a goal, right? Zach Booth, the way he's played in this tournament, and the game against Minnesota where he scored and made the difference. So all these younger players, I think what we're cognizant of is making sure that we create an environment that is safe where you can make mistakes and still get reps and still go again. So I think I don't think it's really about pressure. I think it's about putting the guys on the field that are performing really well regardless of age.
And then with Gozo getting his opportunity and no longer here, how does that change the dynamic, the algebra, the setup with the team, try to fill that void?
Yeah. Obviously, we're never going to replace Gozo in his entirety. And the one thing that a lot of maybe fans don't realize is he was a physical unicorn. His sprint distance, his high-speed running, his distance covered, and then being able to do that 3 games in a week, you won't replace that in the world. You're not going to replace that in the world. Now, the other stuff, we're going to find different solutions to be able to do that. So the team's going to look obviously a little bit different than when Gozo was on, but again, I think these last few games, I think we showed that anytime there's a void, it's going to be filled. And if it's filled with belief and a great mentality, it might look a little different than if Gozo was on the field, but we're capable of getting the job done. So we're currently looking at some options to bring into the group and continue to add some competitiveness to the group. But again, I think the proof is in the pudding. These last few games, albeit they're at home, and that's a whole different beast. I think the guys have risen to the challenge.
Hey, Pablo, Brennan, Random Fan Podcast. I just have one question. Things got a little heated in these last 2 games. What is your opinion on that, like the pros and cons of that? Mm-hmm. And do you think that is something you can carry on in the regular season?
Again, I think that these games, and this is why these games are wonderful, is because you see that a lot. When you watch Liga MX games, they're always fired up. There's so much history between a lot of these teams. And so when it happens to us, the thing I like about it is you can't walk away. You got to stand your ground. And there's a fine line between standing your ground and going over the top and losing the plot emotionally. But I just feel like in both these games, the guys, it got chippy, but they stood up. And I think that's a really important thing, especially you're out here at home. That someone's going to destroy your place. You got to make sure you protect your home. And so I think it was great to see that. And it was guys that you wouldn't expect it. Pablo Ruiz was in the mix a couple times, and I wouldn't expect him doing that. But again, I think these guys they're protective of each other, and that makes me feel good about the mentality of this group.